Welcome to day 27. So either we're going to copy this simple sketches here from the right page to this page, or we can just make up our own and use this as example, as reference if we want. But the goal here is to practice drawing the whole body structure. All right, so I'm going to just do a couple of these, okay? Let's see, we'll draw the head. We got our egg shape for the body. For the chest, I mean, you know, here's our arms. We don't need to worry about this too much. Don't worry about drawing the arms if you don't want to. Of course, it's always helpful to, the more you draw the things, the easier it is. So I'm thinking about these disc shapes again, just because I like how that looks. And I'm gonna we're just gonna make up as good as we can for the rest of the body that we haven't studied, but there we go. So we have this bone that connects to the knees, and remember the bone, well, we will figure out this later, but the bone connects to the inside of the knee from the pelvis here. It's the outside and then inside. That's kind of an example of what we're trying to do. We're trying to just draw a simple structure, and let's just do a couple more, okay? This one will have the guy leaning down. So in other words, this structure is kind of getting some overlap. We'll just draw what we think for the legs. Remember triangles. I don't know what this guy is doing, but he's about ready to jump or something. Let's see. Let's do the more boxy one, just because we haven't done that one yet. The box one is always, it's simple, but it also doesn't solve a lot of the problems. So, you know, you have this here, and this here is kind of equivalent to these bones sticking out. And then you have this equivalent to this bone sticking out, right? Keep that in mind when you're doing it. That's why it's a little more difficult for my brain to think of it this way. It's more simple to start with. You know, in fact, let's do one more, so we can practice all of the different versions. Okay, so there's one structure, the box structure. I'll do one more as an example. This one we will try to do the bowl shape. Okay, I'll keep with our circle. You know, we got our collarbone there. We can follow through with all these lines as well. Oops, muscly guy. If we want, but we don't need to do any of that, you know. Obviously, we're focusing on the wrong things if we do that. So, pelvis, we're going to do a bowl shape, which is circle. And then you're kind of thinking of like plates here, but they're just, it's just the one side, you know. One side of the plate there, one side of the plate there. A lot of sketches show it kind of curved sticking out, which I don't think that matters because, you know, you're just never going to see any of that stuff. Has his hands on his hips or something like that. Okay? So that is, try to fill up this page, if maybe do 2 more. But yeah, as many as you can, squeeze in there. Just practice this pelvis structure. So now that we did that, let's go back to yesterday's pages, because first of all it says, compare what you did yesterday with the examples below. Now go back to the page you did yesterday and fix any of the mistakes you might have made. So one thing you can do is this book was designed so that you can flip back and forth between these 2 pages. So you can kind of see the difference when I flip. This one actually is pretty good. This one here I did a little bit wider. So I should probably bring these in. Obviously it doesn't have to fit exactly to what my reference is, but there we go. At least it's a little closer to what I drew on this example page. So you can go through all these and just kind of clean it up. Make sure you're not too far off. You know, some of these look pretty good. Finish off the day by just correcting all these. If there's something really, really off, like this is quite a bit wider than what I show here. They're all kind of quite a bit wider now that I look at it. So that's one thing that universally I've been doing, is making those hips quite a bit bigger. It would probably be more of a female shape. You can flip back and forth and see kind of how far off you've been working. There we go. It's a little more accurate, I think. So there you go. I know for myself I need to watch how big I make these circles. They're just way too big for the body based on what I'm seeing right now. I've kind of changed the position of this. That's okay though. Anyway, that's your assignment today. Clean that, tighten up this page while flipping back and forth between the reference, as well as all the new drawings you made of pelvises. All right, we'll see you tomorrow for day 28.